Hey, what's going on, guys? TSK17 here, and welcome to the top 5 Perk jingles picked by me, placed in order by me, and so this is how it's going to work. I have 2 honorable mentions that will not have their Perk jingle heard in the video, and then after I talk about each and every perk in the actual top 5, I will place the jingle right after it. So you guys will get to hear it and hopefully hear for yourself why I picked it and put it in that number. So without further ado, let's get rolling. On the honorable mentions is Pack Punch, and you're probably saying, you dumb idiot. Pack Punch is not a Perk-a-Cola. True, that is why it made it, but it has a really good jingle. That is why I freaking put it in the honorable mentions, because it has a freaking awesome jingle, but it's not a perk. And next up is Juggernog, and the reason why I put Juggernog in the honorable mentions is because it just doesn't seem right not to have Juggernog anywhere on the list. But personally, for me, every time I hear it, it just gets more annoying. After a long period of time. Like, hearing it once, I'm fine. Hearing it twice, okay. But around the 3rd, 4th, 5th time, it's old and stale for me. But those are the honorable mentions. Let's get into the top 5 Perk-a-Colas picked by me and placed in order by me. And so next up is, or number 5 is Volturade. The reason why is because it's only showed its head once, and freaking it had an amazing saxophone part. Started with V and then it's saxophone. You'll hear that here in a second, but it was just amazing to listen to, and I hope they return it in future maps. But that is why it made number 5 on the list.
I was looking for redemption, I was looking for a sign, I was searching for an answer, be it yours or be it mine. I was looking for some insight, I was looking far too hard, I was searching for the wrong thing, now I don't know where to start. I was high, with my little mind, something beginning with me.
Next up at number 4 is Quick Revive, and the reason you're probably thinking right now, you're a hypocrite. You don't like Jug, but yeah, you like Quick. See, for me, I'm not the best solo player, but when I do play solo, when I hear the Quick Revive jingle, it kind of makes me relax a little bit, because I know I'm protected and I'm safe. Like, if I go down, I can get back up again. When you want to get up, you need a little revive. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, you solo zombie players out there.
When everything's been dragging you down, grabbed you by the hair and pulled you to the ground. If you want to get up, you need a little revive. If you want to get up, you need a little revive.
Next up in number 3 is PhD Flopper, and this is number 3, and a lot of you will probably disagree with me on this one, but you'll get my point here in a minute. First seen on Mob of the Dead, and then Easter egg for many of the Black Ops 2 maps, or for 2 of them, and then it was an Easter egg, and then was in one, and then was in one again, and it was on and off in Black Ops 2. But anyway, PhD Flopper, it kind of gives you that feel where you just want to start flopping on some zombies. That's kind of why it's called PhD Flopper. And apparently it got its PhD in flopping. Whoever wrote that song must have been a PhD in flopping around. Don't look up what that means.
Nighttime sea, the streets are mean. The things I've seen, good, the bad, and the in-between.
When you die to throne, you are surely gonna own PhD. When you die to throne, it's gonna shake you to the bone. All the zombies gonna groan 'cause of PhD.
Feel it growing strong, so right that it feels wrong, like the chorus of a song. Not short but not too long.
Slap your body to the floor. Everybody needs some more of your loving, your explosive loving. When you die prone, it's gonna shake you to the bone. All the zombies gonna groan 'cause of PhD. Damn straight.
Number 2 is Deadshot Daiquiri, and the reason why I picked that is because when you hear this jingle, you kind of know you're going to be able to buy it and drink it, and then you're going to be able to shoot some heads everywhere and probably get the most headshots in the... if you're playing multiplayer zombies throughout your team. That is if they don't buy it. But it was very useful when it returned to Blackops 2 in Mob of the Dead, for the simple fact it was just... when you got the Hell's Retriever or Hell's Redeemer, for a short... I don't know how long it would last. I guess it was until you redirected it once and then it was done. But if you didn't redirect it, it would aim for their head, you throw it, it would chop them up, and that was an insta-kill point for the axe to the head. Really cool feature for Mob of the Dead. Moving on to number 1 now.
To err is human, to forgive is divine. Well, I'm not forgiven and the error ain't mine. He ain't quite human, at least not to my eyes. One sip of this and I'll give them the shock of their lives. Yeah, we got the guns and we got the bombs. And Deadshot heaven, we pop skulls for fun. Zero win, baby, zero on that spot. The hot spot, baby, give it all you got. Complaining about your bad aiming. Just try again for me. With the headshot power of Deadshot Daiquiri.
And number 1 is Who's Who. You're probably thinking, Who's Who? That's a horrible perk and a horrible map. Well, Transit was the most horrible map in my personal opinion. But, this may be a bad perk. And I understand why you would say that. I mean, it worked so strangely and you couldn't do anything to protect that ghost you. And it just wasn't good. But, you could... if you knew what you were doing, save yourself. Don't knock the perk. Now, I know it's very hard. You're a 2-hit kill. It's just not right unless you're playing double, and then you have to get revived. It's almost like you have to be revived twice. But it had one of the best jingles. It is just so chaotic. And then it has that ending. Bum, bum, ba-dum. It's amazing, and it's probably something that a lot of bands wish were at the end of songs. Bum bum ba-dum. That me being a band geek, honestly, I would love to be able to play something that had that at the end. But it's such a chaotic song. You hear people yelling, and it's just crazy, ridiculous. So that's why it made number 1 for me. And I will be right back as soon as this Coca-Cola is done singing. I will be right back to see you guys off.
was talking to myself just the other day. I was hearing lots of things I never thought I'd say, but one thing I said really blew my mind. I said, I don't know me, but I know you, and if you listen closely we can talk it through. It ain't as simple as we're gonna find. I think I will save you. I think I don't blame you, because I like you and you like me. I was talking to myself just the other day, then the bad man came and took me away. I feel bad, but not as bad as me. I was talking to myself just the other day, before the bad man came and took me away. I feel bad, but not as bad as me.
And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, could please show me some love by hitting the like button. And if you're new, subscribe to my YouTube channel right here and join the Wolf Pack. Because, just why wouldn't you? I upload Watchdog streams. I'm going to be doing some zombie stuff. I can't wait for GTA next gen. Going to be streaming that. And if you happen to have a Twitter, go follow me on Twitter. If you happen to have a Twitch, go follow me on Twitch. You should follow me on Twitch anyway. What's wrong with you? Go to Twitch. You back there in the red. Go follow me on Twitch right now. Yeah, you. Get up. Get your phone out. There's an app. Blush me.
Almost only play zombies. And it's kind of like, well, you have a whole nother part of the game. Why don't you play that? And there's like, no, zombies.
When Treyarch first released them, it was the biggest, and I think there has not been an Easter egg in a game to top the one of releasing zombies in Call of Duty franchise history. Because because there was a GTA 4